to Dr. King, to Harry Belafonte, and I could go on and on and on. Everyone has mentioned our solidarity and our brothers and sisters in Palestine on a global scale. Every single one of them. You understand what I'm saying? But because people don't study, and a lot of people that's making these comments probably weren't even born yet. Born, when I say born, physically born and born as far as being born into
awakened,
the knowledge
right? They
of who
they wasn't born again.
Right.
Like they were still in their dead state. They were still knuckle draggers. So anything that took place, unless they could Google it, they'll never remember it because it was happening right in front of them, but they were asleep.
Exactly. So those of us that actually were awake and we knew, we showed solidarity and did what we need to do. Now, I know a lot of people don't really dig BLM, Black Lives Matter, but that's on y'all. Y'all deal with that. I'm not talking about what they mean and what they represent. But when Black Lives Matter was at its peak, right?
Right.
They were painting murals of George Floyd in the so-called Middle East, in Palestine and in other places. Right. They were protesting with us. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
While they were in an open air prison. So I just say to myself, y'all pump the brakes on that, man, and do a little bit more studying. Because even if what you're saying had any degree of validity to it, we're going to need allies regardless. You follow what I'm saying?
Already.
We're going to need allies regardless. So we need to understand that dynamic, looking at it using military strategy, and we need to align ourselves with the same people that might have to come to our aid. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm just saying, let me just say this real quick.
Yes.
I was on the Carl Nelson show and I ran this down. The same people that are doing what they're doing to the Palestinians are the same people that set up the apartheid government in South Africa. Are the same people that's bringing them diamonds in and out of the Congo.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Are the same people now.
Same people.
Hold up, are the same people that if you took a map from where these people came from, the Khazarians, who they really are, the Sephardic and the Ashkenazi, if you took a map from where they came from and you laid it over a present day map, guess where they're from? Ukraine. Now when we hear names like Zelensky and all these other cats,
right?
The Zelenskys and the Netanyahus are the same people.
It's the same people, right?
And guess who is running the music industry? That your black babies are out here pushing this madness, killing one another.
That's right.
The same Zelenskys and the Netanyahus, man.
That's right. That's right. That's why this is the protocols.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of the elders.
The learned elders of liars.
Liars. You know what I'm saying? You become what you despise the most. Yep. These people have casted an ill spell where they actually have debased a whole culture. They've done to a group of people, to generations, to a nation of people what they were persecuted in other places for doing to other people. See, that's the conversation people are scared to have. You know?
Yes. So when we talk about the protocols of the learned elders of liars, automatically it's going to raise some eyebrows because they're going to go right to the protocols that was written about them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I wrote in my book, Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, I wrote in my book about the secret covenant. And when I ran this down, they tried to apply some heat, but there was no more group to kick me out of. You understand what I'm saying? When I applied the heat and started running these things down, I told a couple of interviewers, I said, well, if I'm lying, then we'll see if some of these things that I'm talking to you about now, let's see if they come to pass. You understand what I'm saying? So as long as I've been living, they've been occupying Palestine and putting the Palestinian people under an illegal occupation there in Palestine. taking the people's land. Is that written in the book? Is that written in the secret covenant? Yes, it was already written what they would do. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, we're not talking about thousands and thousands of years of a religious war. All right, this is not a religious war that's going on right now. You can't even really call it a war. The Palestinians have been defending themselves for 70 some odd years now, since 1948, right, and even prior to that. So this you can't call it a religious war because
yeah, this is an armed group versus a nation. That's not a war. They're not going against nation. This is an armed group. This is a part of a it's not a war.
Right. So they killing babies and women. Babies with no weapons. That's who you up against.
Yeah, flattening them.
Exactly. So let me say this, and this might sound kind of controversial, but I'm going to challenge people. So when you show up on Monday, that the third eye, not the third eye 30, but
the Melanin Monday. Yes, the Melanin Monday IRL podcast, episode 3.
While I'm there in person, you can bring your receipts and I'm going to bring my receipts. Let me challenge everyone for a second. So check this out and be very upfront and let's be very transparent with one another. If they claim, I got to say this right because I don't want people to misconstrue what I say. If they claim that what happened on October 7th with Hamas bombing and killing 1,400 Israeli citizens or Jewish citizens or whatever they call themselves, where's the proof?
Right.
Where are the bodies? They kept running the same footage back.
Right.
Where are the bodies? Where's the proof? Because if they had 400 beheaded babies, don't you know that would be on the front page news?
They'd show that.
They would run that reel over and over to ingrain it in your brain.
Super facts.
I'm asking people to show me on Monday when you come, where's the proof that Hamas broke into Israel, this Iron Dome, past all these battalions of soldiers and armies. The average, listen, man, the
most
citizen,
armed fortress on the planet.
The average citizen is walking around with an M16,
right,
with an AK-47. So you mean to tell me these cats came in, took a bulldozer, knocked the walls and the fence down, came into Israel, murdered, slaughtered 1,400 people.
Right.
And there's no news coverage. There's no bodies. There's no funerals. There's no nothing. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Right.
If you believe that, I want to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge.
Right. That could have all been AI. That could have all been generated. Like, people don't know Israel is the number one. That's where big tech comes from. They all have dual citizenships with is it real? So they run all of that Operation Bluetooth. So you could really, at the end of the day, that could have all been CGI, to be honest with you, and they could have been lining them people up. Because it's impossible.
There was no footage, Red. They showed people running on the beach.
But you know the only footage that they got? It came out yesterday or the day before, and it's the footage of them killing their own civilians at the festival, at the Supernova Festival, in the helicopter. It was them.
It was them.
It was them.
Right.
Once again, I mean, Scooby-Doo could solve this one. They keep pulling off the hood, and it's them again.
Yep.
They're everywhere where they're not supposed to be, according to who they say they is.
Right. So
think about that.
Can I test your audience?
So say.
Can I test your audience?
Please.
The Vietnam War. What was the pretext for sending 25,000 advisors to Vietnam? What was the pretext? What did they do? They blew up a ship in the Tonkin Gulf. False flag.
Right.
In order to use a pretext to invade Cuba.
It was a provocation, right?
Right. What was the World War I started over? The sinking of the Lusitania.
Right.
Why did they want to go into? I could run down history. You understand what I'm saying?
It
See, I
always
want
is
them to
that.
come test me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying this with no notes in front of me, but I want them to come bring it. You see, this is why when I called Chuck Flea and Flavor Slav out, they didn't want to answer me, because if I invited them to a debate, you understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show you why I'm not aligning myself with the Israelis, and you could come and debate why you are, then we could debate that.
Let's do it. I'll set it up. I'll put a mill up, straight up.
Yep. So this is
what
have
you somebody do. Match that.
We're gonna have anybody that's listening contact Flavor and Chuck and say, Professor Griff want to debate y'all on this whole Israeli question, this Zionist question.
Right. That's right. That's hip hop right there. In the 50th year of hip hop, we need a grudge match. We need a debate between Chuck D and Professor Griff. You know what I'm talking about? The Minister of Information. Rumor has it he got some information.
Exactly.
And I'm betting on him. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
Yeah. Let's go. That's right. So and it could be it could be a battle rap later too. What's up?
You heard that dude's last song? No, seriously, all jokes aside.
No, seriously. That's
we're gonna let the people decide. Can you pull up Everywhere Man, Public Enemy?
Oh no, I'm not about to play nothing like that on this, because you know they be having copyright strikes. They be sending out the agent Smith.
Man, but I want people to look it up. Everywhere Man.
Everywhere Man.
Everywhere Man.
Yeah, somebody go and get the lyric. I'll look at the lyrics and see.
Yeah, let's look at the lyrics. Let's do that.
All right, Everywhere Man.
Everywhere Man. Public Enemy. Then I want people to get my book, Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop. I'm gonna bring a couple with me on Monday. I don't have a lot.
Turning that book into a documentary, man. That's what we're gonna do.
The Fourth Degree, the Synagogue of Satan and the God of Sin, 10% bloodsuckers of the poor. The Fourth Degree in the book. And it lays out who these people are, where they came from. The hip hop code of silence hurts. Hold on. And I go and I dive into signs and symbols. I go into the players, who's running the scene, who's running this thing behind the scenes. All right. I go into the Council on Foreign Relations. I go into how they carved up Africa and how they plan to filter hip hop once it hits Africa. I go into some of the debates that went on. Marcus Garvey, W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington. Hold on. I talked about the Trilateral Commission, Bilderberger Group, Committee of 300.
Yeah, it's that time, man.
I go in.
It's that time. I gotta get you a meeting with my AI representatives. You know what I mean? It's time to bring you into the metaverse, good brother, into the digital realms. Because you got the research. And then to be honest with you got documentaries in the books.
Exactly. The Fifth Degree talks about pimps, preachers, politicians, pedophiles in the pulpit. Woo! Did that not come to light over the last few years? That's the Fifth Degree in the book. I put it in degrees because that's how you got to bring people along, because by the time we get to the 9th degree, the heat is already up and most people are leaving that, get the fuck out of the kitchen. You understand what I'm saying? People, they can't stand the heat.
Can't stand the heat. Some people jump right into the pool when it's boiling hot rather than ease their way in. They getting this information without it being given to them in degrees.
Exactly.
And they wonder why they be skitzing out and whatnot and falling out, because they out there taking information that's not even meant for them. It's too many. It's higher than the degree that it's meant for.
Yeah. One of your family members just said it right. East 49 said they're using the same playbook. The Joe Montana 45 bootleg play cannot be used again. They're not going to put that small time stuff over on me this time. They did it in 1989. I humbled myself and I followed what the minister told me to do. I humbled myself. You understand what I'm saying? And I've been quiet. But I'm not going to sit back and let them destroy me and destroy my legacy like that. I'm going to stay 10 toes down and I'm going to stand on mine for real. I'm going to stand on mine.
No, I feel you. As you should. You know what I mean? As you should. Stand on yours. and never ever sway. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason to ever move off of your square, because as you the longer you live, the many more days that you wake up, every single day that you wake up, everything that you put in those books are verified. Every single lecture that you stood up and told the people is verified and is stamped. You don't need no man to stamp your word. Your word is being stamped by the universe. You feel me? And it's just the people, the people have to be who the people were appointed to be. And that is the vanguards of the legacy, by saying, you know what? We are going to be connoisseurs of this culture. We are going to be curators of the culture. We are going to be able to ones to don't let nobody from Is It Real or people who don't look like us see the value of us, and then begin to curate everything that we've been doing. And then when the people find out, oh, they out there selling red pill shit for $1 million at the Christie auction. They selling red pills art for $1 million, $2 million, $3 million at these auction houses. Oh, they selling A.A. Rashid stuff. Oh, they selling letters that these brothers, t-shirts that they, all of the Professor Griff's books, Professor Griff's hats, Professor Griff's vests and whatnot. All of these things that are available for a nation of people who you fed, right? You should not, at this point, based off of the fact that you've been prophesizing things. You've been prophesizing not just this culture, you've been building bridges and bringing people into all kind of awareness. By you not folding, by you not wavering, by you not falling down with the rest of them, we don't mourn over public enemy the way that we would if all of the pillars fell. The fact that you still standing and you standing on business, and we actually seen you in these streets. We actually seen you right there, shoulder to shoulder on the front line when we was out there letting things go. You ain't no mystery. You outside with us, Griff. You different. So there's nobody in hip hop that's more integrated into this movement. I'm talking about this modern movement that we all are a part of, that took the world by storm, right? So where's the reward for that?
You know something? We got together years ago and we did the weaponization of Black music.
Yes.
There was about 8 people I can name right at the top of my head that was a part of that, which was a beautiful thing because everybody lent their energy to it. You lent your energy to it. Your brother, Black Dot, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, who else? There's a few other people that stepped up to the plate. Like, you know something? You're absolutely correct. Some people, because of what we said, did you notice? Because of what we did back then, they wrote books.
Hell yeah.
They wrote books off of the information that we dropped.
Hell yeah. You damn sure right. You right, they did. It's people out here that started their whole careers.
Yes.
Off of just sitting in the audience. But that's what it was supposed to be. And this demonstration that we've been putting on for the longest, right? It's been inspiring people all around the world. Like, you don't know how inspiring you was to everybody that's on this call right now. You might not know it, but we here to let you know, like, just Public Enemy, and then later on what you contributed, that shit is it's like you can't even measure it right now. So we always want you to feel appreciated. And that's the reason why I'm like, you know what? Melanin Mondays is lit right now. And we live and we outside. Professor Griff ain't no internet dude. Like, let's get outside. Let's get in front of the people and whatnot. And we got to talk about hip hop, because I hear this 50th year stuff, but I don't hear nobody saying the God's name. So we're going to say his name and we're going to bring it front and center, and we're going to continue the conversation, and we're going to start a whole new conversation.
Exactly.
We're going to start off, because y'all had y'all fun. Y'all played your hand. Y'all pulled up to Mike Rubin's white party and whatnot. Y'all showed us what y'all doing. So we're going to show y'all what we doing.
And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be a grassroots movement. Again, how hip hop started. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
You mean to tell me we can run down, we can always get behind these microphones and run down the 5 elements of hip hop and all this other kind of, but we don't live up to them? Where's the graph artists? Where's the breakers? You understand what I'm saying? Where's the real DJs? And then where's the real MCs? Last but not least, the fifth element, which is the most important one, to synthesize the four. Where's those that's giving us knowledge of self?
They didn't even give us props, Griff. In the 50th year of hip hop, with consciousness being the missing pillar, nobody said Sinetta's name. Nobody said Red Pill's name. Nobody said Harlem 125. Nobody said Know the Ledge. Nobody said nothing. They didn't say Sabi's name. They didn't invoke none of our names. Look, you know how I know that it's defunct and it's controlled by funky people, right? Mm-hmm. Because they didn't even evoke higher, infinite power, healing our people. Not once on any of those major stages did they even evoke the real name of hip hop. They didn't even evoke the spirit of it. Right. They just utilized the corporate title of it, all caps. But not they didn't say, when you don't say the name of it, you're not even calling the spirit forward. So they didn't mention God Hop, they didn't mention Sarak, they didn't mention Kambada, they didn't mention none of the people that have been putting on real music, putting up real lyrics, you know what I mean, keeping the torches lit. They didn't mention the conscious community, they didn't mention the master teachers, none of that. All of this shit to me is incomplete. So I'm not gonna rant about what nobody mentioned. I will call it out, and once it's called out, there's nothing that you could do about it. However, I'm gonna show people what the shit feel like and look like and what it is, and we gonna do it. Because we not waiting, because how would I look like waiting for somebody to acknowledge what the fuck we wasn't waiting for nobody to acknowledge us ever. When we was in Harlem on YouTube doing what we was doing, putting on for the world, when you was on YouTube, when you was doing your lectures and whatnot, and you was putting on for the world, moving around and whatnot, you wasn't waiting for nobody to stamp you or feed you or come on.
Exactly. So in this 50th anniversary, in this 50th year, we have to understand what we want it to look like to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And we got to see what the next 50 years is going to look like. Because in a minute, if we don't raise our voices, we're going to be the next ones in the Congo, digging our hands in the dirt. We're going to be the next Palestinians.
That's right.
We're going to be the next brothers and sisters in South Africa. And God forbid, on Monday, I'm going to mention what's going on in Latin America, South America, and other places. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same people. If we don't raise our voices right now, come together, find your tribe. As Chuck D says, move as a team, never move alone. Welcome to the Terror Dome. First of all, you need to live up to that. You understand what I'm saying? So so we got to find our tribe, and that's how we have to move. And that's a very, very real thing. Somebody said, yo, Griff, so like, what you doing on the music tip? I said, the music is in me. What do you mean? I'm in the music. Music is in me. I'm going to do music regardless. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm going to drop this project. It's entitled The Enemy of My Enemy. Yeah, I'm going to let y'all figure that out. The Enemy of My Enemy.
Fire.
I'm not going to let the cat out the bag just yet, but it's the enemy of my enemy. The first song I'm dropping next week is called Pause. And it's about the death clause, which I'm going to go over on Monday. What is the death clause? The death clause is part of that insurance policy that they have in them contracts.
Right.
That even if that rapper takes his own life, dies for some crazy circumstances because of his lyrics and his spirit and the vibration and the frequency of the song, we're going to collect our money on his death.
Right.
It's called the death clause.
That label get paid forever.
Anybody can look it up. What is the death clause in the music? We're going to find out on Monday. We're going to find out what the secret covenant is. We're going to unveil and pull the skirt down of these learned elders of liars. We're going to call the names. We're going to name the record labels, who own them, who run them. You understand what I'm saying? And then which one of your favorite artists have aligned themselves with these Israeli Zionist pigs?
We calling them all out, huh?
No, I'm calling them all. I'm on my Steve Coakley on Monday.
That's right. It's that time.
Yep.
It's that time. Somebody was like, yo, Red, you've been turned up lately. I'm like, nah, I'm just chilling, bro. You know what I'm talking about? My environment, I'm like the rappers say, I'll be like, I'm a product of my environment. And right now it's a war going on outside. So I act accordingly. You know what I'm talking about? It's a time for peace and it's a time for war. It's a time to straighten. It's a time for correction, and it's a time for reflection. So moving into the and living within the thrones of the thralls of the 50th year of hip hop, man, you know how much things I gotta do. You know what I mean? You know how much work we gotta put in. You know what I'm talking about? You know how much you know this is no time to waste. This is no time to hold your tongue. This is no time to sit back and just let shit. I'm gonna let shit just work itself out. Nah, somebody did you wrong, and it's egregious to the point where these people have sold out completely, and they not standing on the shit that they said that they stand on, and they pose into the world like this is what they stand on. That's a weak energy. Then if you connect with that energy, it will weaken you. You dig what I'm saying? You got to connect to the real energy, the real vibrations, people that are standing for something. Break that shit of the cult of personality worship, fan, and all of that. But this person got more followers, you know, all of that matrix madness. So we are going to break the codes on Monday. Believe you me. Before we get out of here, I'm going to drop the link for y'all so y'all can RSVP. Even if you are live streaming, make sure you RSVP so you could get yourself a ticket and whatnot. If you're coming in the building, you definitely have to RSVP. We will not be doing anything at the door. If you come to the door, you will be paying a very high premium to get in the building, okay? We have vendor spaces open for small businesses and entrepreneurs that want to be a part of this monumental event. Professor Griff is going to be speaking on a topic that he has been censored from speaking on in circles in the industry for his whole career, but the time to speak on it is now. So now we light the fire in this month of Scorpio. We're going to go ahead and turn up the temperature and whatnot, and we're going to get this conversation going because there was a situation with a brother named D1 who's a Christian rapper, a brother that I know personally that I met on a few occasions, a real good brother and whatnot, very intelligent brother, a very determined brother, and he's talented and gifted and whatnot. So he called out personally the names of the rappers that he said he felt were being hypocritical in the stance that they were, quote unquote, taken in the public, that they were for the people and they were about reform and whatnot, but their lyrics have not reformed, and they were talking about killing and drilling and all kind of other things. And then they got mad at the brother and pushed back and basically kind of threatened him. You know what I mean? In a sense, it was a lot of, you know, it was a lot of basically, you know, posturing and whatnot, because he's a little dude and whatnot. And then Umar dropped a video where he basically was saying the same thing. And then I was like, yeah, I bet nobody gives the brother no pushback, because it's not in the way that you say it in this game. It's more like who says it. Because people have to be intimidated by the truth at the end of the day. The ignorance is so thick and it's so brazen and it's so arrogant that you got to kind of like intimidate niggas to shame them.
I listened to a few people's commentary about D1.
Yes.
I'm not going to mention any names, man, but I'm going to be honest with you, Ray. There ain't too many of us in this, bro. There's a lot of them dudes faking, man.
Oh, man, I already know.
D1 is a very intelligent, nice, wholesome dude. For some people to say they didn't like the way he said it, well, how did he say it?
How can he say it, right?
How do you say it? Go listen at these people's lyrics, man, and what we went through during the 90s. You understand what I'm saying? And then look at the condition of our people.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go look at the sisters, go look at the women. It's like, come on, man. Come on, I'm riding with D1. I sent him a message and I told him that. I said, I'm here for D1. Plain and simple.
For sure. I hit the homie up to him, was like, fam, we got you. Don't even think about, you know what I mean? Stand on business. If you want to express yourself, express yourself. Ain't nobody got to tell you how to come. You a grown man.
Exactly. But you see, this is going to be the great divide, man. You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, man. I was going to do my show tonight, but I had to get some rest. And I was going to drop this whole, you know, just this information about the Kali Yuga, man. You understand what I'm saying? 50 characteristics. I was going to drop on the Kali Yuga, and what it reads and what it says.
We talked about this on the show twice. in the last month, but please add on, brother. I mean, if you want to breeze over it tonight and then get into it on Monday, I highly recommend that you do that. As a matter of fact, the location where we at in Atlanta is right across the street from Magic City. You can actually see it from the podcast studio. So we were tapping into the energy of Kali Yuga when we did our first show around the time of All Hallows Eve and whatnot. And I was like, yo, Kali Yuga right there. You know what I'm talking about? That's the home of the Kali Yuga. Like, this is they got the Greyhound. It's very Kali Yuga in that area. But tap into that, because that's what, and then I found out the other day, this is what put the cap on it. I found out that Sukiyana is a Scorpio born the day after me and Blue, right? It solved everything. She represents Kali Yuga. She's the most influential out of the bunch, and she ushered in that frequency, and the other girls they came in after she opened it up. Her being a Scorpio, her being that she's in that phase of her Scorpio where she went through multiple personalities. She went to multiple phases and whatnot. She changes her skin. So, but her raunchiness and all of that other stuff, it could be somewhat of an act. It's not all the way real. I'm a Scorpio. I'm here to let you know. Once I knew who she was, I was like, oh, that's what it is. Yeah, this is Kali Yuga. She represents a Kali energy. She represents a Lilith energy and whatnot. I'm not saying it is good, but it's a Kali Yuga thing. You can't hit me with no Christian. People are trying to hit me with a Christianized reasoning, and I'm like, no, you can't look at it like that. This is what it is. You're watching. How dare you go to the movie theater? I just saw a movie called The Marvels where they had 3 women in it. One of the women, the main character, was a melanated superhero who was like she wound up being a more powerful one. Was I telling the screen you can't put a black, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. This is like a movie.
Wow.
These artists are like archetypes. They represent a character. They represent an archetype. They're tied to the times that we're in. When they come along, they are quote unquote marking the time. When we look back on eras, and we put it on artists. The artists are time markers of eras. Right. But that was the Jeezy era. The Jeezy era is a whole mental, quote unquote, mind fuck of long t-shirts and, you know what I mean, niggas with Bape sneakers talking about, yeah, okay, you know what I mean? Or the Little John Crunk era.
Wow.
So there will be a Sexy Red and a Sukiyana era. The question is, with all eras, they all have the ability to curve in any direction.
Yeah, that's true. But my thing is, when it ends, who they're going to take out with them? Like, all of those eras, it took out masses of people, man, that never even made it to the next era. They lost their life.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? A minute ago, dudes, even before that era, a minute ago, dudes was dancing. But they were dancing with one another.
Right.
When they was pop, twist, snap, all that kind of stuff, they weren't dancing with sisters. They weren't dancing with women. They would get together and you understand what I'm saying? So even with those eras, I don't want to get too deep, but even with those eras, there comes a certain kind of energy, certain things that cats are forced to do in prison. But if you're in the prison of your own mind,
right,
and you cannot get past the second verse of so-and-so's record that he put out or song that he put out, then you locked in the prison. You in that era. You might become a victim of the era.
Right.
And we're going to talk about these things on Monday. So thanks for the invitation. What time is the thing on Monday?
That's at the doors open up at 7 p.m., y'all. 7 p.m. We network, we eat food, we shop with the vendors, and at 8 p.m. we start the podcast all the way up until 9:30. Then we do Q&A and we wrap up at 10 o'clock. So that's how it's done. We take a break in between the time. We get ourselves a little bit of drink, something to eat. Blue Pill will be serving his vegan cuisine. Then let me drop this link right here. All right. Here's the link. Hold on. The link to the RSVP.
And we
Make
on
sure
Brother
y'all
Richard.
sign
We on
up.
Brother Richard show tomorrow.
Say it again.
Are we on Brother Richard show tomorrow?
Tomorrow we are on Brother Richard's show. We are going to be dealing with current events, and we're also going to be talking about our upcoming event, this monumental event that we're doing on Monday to start this conversation. Yeah, we're going to shake the room up a little bit, Brother Griff.
Yeah.
We're going to shake it up a little bit. Let me drop this link for y'all, though, so y'all could go ahead and sign up. Make sure y'all fill out all of the quote unquote, just fill everything out that they ask, and you'll be given your ticket. You have the opportunity to buy something, a plate. You have the opportunity to get in there for free because we know the economy is what it is. So it's come first, come first, first, what's
First
that
come,
saying?
first serve.
Yeah, that part. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
So yeah, man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get your rest.
All right.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your thing, my good brother. Thank
Yeah,
you for
because I'm still in training mode, man. So yeah.
But look, that's the whole nother thing. Moving forward, we're gonna get behind that training campaign with you, because if it were ever a time for people to get their training on, it is now. So back to the conversation that I was having, that this whole thing is about timing in a sense. Sometimes we go through a drought. Sometimes we go through the, you know what I mean, where we at that last leg of it all, and then boom, water strikes. So this is your time, Griff. This time, and we are going to, those of us who have we have the audience, we got the platforms, and we have the venues to do such. We are going to make sure that those bridges and those stages are built, because it is your time to teach the people and to bring the people into the light of what it is that you properly prepared over your career and whatnot. Right. So we rolling out the red carpet, or rather the purple carpet, on Monday, Melanin Monday, at 3 Millie Studio, 256 Forsyth Street, right across the street from Magic. We doing Chaos Magic. You know what I'm talking about? We opening up the portal. You know what I mean? Shout out to 3 Millie Studios. Man, with that being said, man, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, good bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate, and inshallah, I will see you tomorrow night on Brother Richard Show. We'll build.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace.
Hey, peace.
All right, peace to the fam.
So yeah, the link is right here. We dropped the link right there. You dig? I'm gonna pull up a video. We're gonna close out with some music and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? Since we talking hip hop and we talking the vibes, it's only right that, you know, we get back to the music. You feel me? I was with Cambada. I heard some shit that he got coming in. I'm just here to let you know that I heard what I got coming, and that shit crazy. And what he got coming, that album Holy Ghost 3, man, y'all gonna be up for a good surprise. Y'all getting a lot of good music. My guy Andre 3000 is dropping something, right? Andre 3000 is dropping something, so that's a plus. You know what I'm saying? It's all instrumentals, I heard. However, it's all good. We're going to take what we could get, right? You know what I mean? We're going to take what we could get from 3000. You know, it might be some dope beats to flow over. It might be some instrumentals that you could meditate to. And when you meditate to them on shrooms, it will unlock the message that you really could have gotten listening to the quote unquote music, right? Or the lyrics. You feel me? So he's using instruments that are somewhat indigenous, and we haven't heard these sounds yet, right? So I look forward to it. I'm not gonna count them out. I'm not gonna just, I'm not gonna anticipate. Just gonna let it happen. All I know is that 23 is gonna end on a high musical frequency. That's all I know. I don't know a lot, but I do know that the calendar year of 2023 finna end with a bang. You know what I'm talking about? You got Drake dropping. You got Red dropping. We got Red Winter. Yo, we doing Red Winter. Let's do a poll real quick. Red Summer or the Red Winter? Talk black to me. What you think? What we sound like? The Red Winter, right? Or the Red Summer? This is coming from one of the wisest men in marketing that I know, A.A. Rashid. You know, we had a creative meeting over the album, and he came with the Red Winter, and that shit blew my toupee back. I was like, wait a minute. The fucking Red Winter, bro. That shit sounds fire. So there you have it. By unanimous decision, I'm looking in the Chattington, and everybody's saying Red Winter. So Red Winter it is. You know? Hopefully, inshallah, the release date at Art Basel. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to call it Heart Basel. You know? Red Winter. All right, there you have it. So this is what we're going to do then. Because I already talked to my team, and I think this is what makes sense. The Red Summer bonus album, right? With about 8 cuts that are specifically for Red Summer. It's just the bonus is 3 years later, right? It's the sequel, you know, way later down the line. Then we're gonna give you Red Winter, which is a whole nother, you know, a whole nother journey. It's a whole nother conversation. And then we're gonna give you what is like the best of Red, right? The best of my music, which is called We Buy Red Gold. That's like the best. That's shit that y'all never heard that you need to hear. You feel me? That's gonna be like a mixtape, but it's gonna be like an NFT, because if you want to hear the whole song where other people are on it, then you'll get the NFT and it will unlock it. But yeah, we're doing the best of Red. It's gonna be like Red Talk. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I'm going to Clubhouse. We're going to wrap this up. I want to say thank you. I'm over there at Clubhouse with Sophia Stewart and the good brother Sir Bay. If y'all over there, I'll see you over there. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Blue Pill got a class coming up. I got a class on Sunday, episode 2 in class 2 of 40 AIs in a Mule, the second cycle. I got some heat. I promise you. I shit you not, I got heat. You dig? But yeah, this Professor Griff thing, this is it. You know what I'm saying? This gonna be a big one. We're gonna beat the drums on this one, y'all. And we're gonna make this shit pop. Shout out to everybody in Atlanta, ATL, KTL, and the ATL. I need y'all to come out, come and rock with us, come and see this in person, come and see the legend and whatnot. This will be a legendary presentation, because we gotta march with the God. We gotta start a campaign. We gotta disrupt some shit. We gotta call that fraudulent shit out and not let that shit rock, and let the world know that nah, we ain't going for that. You know what I'm talking about? Something got to give. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, we ain't going for that. Too many rappers died and shit for these niggas to be running around acting fugazi. Nobody is making no music about nothing that's going on right now. Nobody is saying anything. None of these pawns are moving their pieces. And it's all good, because, you know, it is what it is. You know, the protocols of them liars. But with that being said, thank you, family, for pulling up. Look out for Melanin Monday. That's gonna be fire. You know what I'm talking about? Man, we got the new sign. I wish I could show it to y'all. Let me see. Man. Shout out to Jasmine. We got the neon sign, man. This is fire. Hold on a minute. Let me take the background out. See that? Boom, KTL. Ooh-wee, baby. If anybody need the neon signs, y'all come and holler at me. I'm the new plug on that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's that Atlanta life. That's that Atlanta life. You know what I'm talking about? That's that Atlanta life that I be telling y'all. They got resources out here. They got resources out here. You know what I mean? Like, don't throw away the city. They got resources. So shout out to Jasmine. We're gonna have the commercial. When we get the sign up, we're gonna have the commercial. We get in the grass wall. Yeah, we going bougie on you niggas. We going full bougie ghetto on y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we going soft life on you niggas out here. You feel me? Going soft life on you niggas. Yeah, we got some new music, some new heat. Yeah, we working, man. You know what I mean? The birthday love. It was very, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It wasn't what I was expecting for putting in so much work this year. Not to say that I expect anything, because you can't expect anything in this community, because you'll be brokenhearted. You know what I'm talking about? But it was cool. You know, I appreciate all of the batteries and whatnot, but you know, that's like flattery. You know what I'm talking about? The soccer tree to the pocket tree. You know what I mean? That's what I respect. So with that being said, I want to say thank you for everybody for pulling up. I will see y'all. Love and light. You dig what I'm saying? Love and light. Keep the flames lit. Keep the fire burning. Y'all stay dangerous.